In the previous lecture, I discussed about what is a number line, and number system. In this presentation, I am going to discuss about types of numbers. The first type of number is natural numbers. The numbers generally used to count something are known as natural numbers. It includes numbers from 1 to 9. And remember, 0 is not a natural number. Why 0 is not a natural number? Because if you are counting something, you cannot start counting from 0. You must start counting from 1. So natural numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. These are the natural numbers. Let's move on. Whole numbers. The natural numbers, including 0, are known as whole numbers. One important point to be noted that 0 is a whole number but not a natural number. So whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now let's move on to another types of number. Even numbers. All the numbers which are divisible by 2 are the even numbers. The smallest even number is 2, which is divisible by 2. So the even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. These are the even numbers. Let's move on. Odd numbers. All the numbers which are not divisible by 2 are the odd numbers. For example, 1 is the smallest odd number, then 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and so on. These are the odd numbers. Let's move on towards another types of number. Integer numbers. A set of natural numbers with their negative numbers, including 0, is known as the set of integers. And each number that belongs to this set is called an integer. So the set of integers is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. This is a set of integers. So here, these positive numbers called positive integers and negative numbers are called negative integers. But remember, 0 is neither a positive integer nor the negative integer. It's a non-negative integer. So we can say positive integers are 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Negative integers are -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. Non-negative integers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So if you include 0 with the positive integers, it will become non-negative integers. Let's move on to another types of number. Prime numbers. The number which is divisible by 1 and itself is known as prime number. And also, a prime number must have exactly 2 factors. Remember, 1 is not a prime number and 2 is the smallest prime number. So the set of prime numbers start from 2, then 3, then 5, then 7, then 11, and so on. Here you can ask one question: why 1 is not a prime number? Because the number 1 has only one factor, and the definition of the prime numbers says a prime number must have exactly 2 factors. That's why 1 is not a prime number. Let's move on to another types of numbers. Composite numbers. All the natural numbers that are greater than 1 but not the prime numbers, remember, it should not be prime number, are known as composite numbers. A composite number must have 2 or more than 2 factors. And remember, 1 is not a composite number. Composite numbers are 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, then 14, 15, and so on. So here again you can ask why 1 is not a composite number, because the same reason as we discussed in prime numbers. As the definition of composite number also says, a composite number must have 2 or more than 2 factors, but the number 1 has only one factor. That's why 1 is not a composite number. Let's move on to another types of numbers. Irrational numbers. Any number which is in the form of a fraction like a over b of two integers is called the rational number, where denominator b must not be 0. And point to be noted that every integer is a rational number too. So the rational number are 1 by 2, 2 by 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and so on. So any number which you can write in the form of a fraction as a by b, it's a rational number. Let's take one more example. 0.5 can be written as 1 by 2. So it is a rational number. 0.25 can also be written as 1 by 4. So it is also a rational number. So all the numbers which you can write in the form of a by b are the rational numbers. Irrational numbers. Any number in the form of decimal which cannot be written in the form of a fraction. A number which you cannot write in the form of a by b for any integer is called an irrational number. For example, the value of pi is 3.141592 and so on. So this value of pi cannot be written in the form of fraction a by b. That's why it's an irrational number. Real numbers. The combination of rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers. In other words, all the numbers which can be represented on the number line are called real numbers. We discussed number line in our previous lecture. Any straight line is a number line, and anywhere 0 lies in between. Definitely, any rational number must be here 1 by 2, then 1, then 3 by 2, then 2, and so on. Similarly, on the negative side, minus 1 by 2, minus 1, minus 3 by 2, minus 2, and so on. And definitely, there will be pi somewhere here, pi somewhere here, Euler's value. So all the rational and irrational numbers which can be represented on the number line are called real numbers. Let's move on. I have added some important points here. If you add even number with another even number, you will always get even number. For example, 2 plus 2 equal to 4, which is also an even number. If we will subtract one even number from another, we will always get an even number. For example, 4 minus 2 equal 2, and it's an even number. If we add one odd number to another odd number, we will always get an even number. For example, 3 plus 3 equals 6. 3 is an odd number. Again, 3 is an odd number. But if you add both of them, you will get an even number. Again, if we subtract from one odd number to another odd number, we will get an even number. For example, 5 minus 3 equal to 2. 5 is an odd number, 3 is an odd number, but 2 is an even number. Again, if we add one even number and one odd number, we will always get an odd number. For example, 4 plus 3 equal 7. It's an even number, 3 is an odd number, and 7 is an odd number. If we subtract one odd number from an even number, we will always get an odd number. For example, 6 minus 3 equal to 3. Here 6 is an even number, 3 is an odd number, and the answer 3 is an odd number. Now if we add one odd number with even number, we always will get an odd number. For example, 7 plus 2 equal 9. Here 7 is an odd number, 2 is an even number, and The answer 9 is an odd number. Let's move on. If we subtract one even number from an odd number, we will always get one odd number. For example, 9 minus 4 equal to 5. Here 9 is an odd number, 4 is an even number, and the answer we got here, 5, is an odd number. If we multiply one even number with another even number, we will always get an even number. For example, 2 into 2 equal 4. Here 2 is an even number, again 2 is an even number, and the answer 4 is an even number. If we multiply one odd number with another odd number, we will always get an odd number. For example, 5 multiply with 7, it's 35. So here 5 is an odd number, 7 is an odd number, and 35 is an odd number. Again, if we multiply an even number with odd number, we will always get an even number. Let's take an example. 4 is an even number. If we multiply with an odd number 5, it will be 20, which is an even number. That's it for now. We will come back with a different topic. And if you want to practice questions related to this topic or other topics of quantitative aptitude, you can visit our website www.narviacademy.in.